Hi, thank you for joining me today. We're reading A Course in Miracles, and we're in the review section of the first review. We're about to read Lesson 60, which is the end of the first review, and I'm going to read you the instructions first. Begin the day by reading the 5 ideas with the comments included. Thereafter, it is not necessary to follow any particular order in considering them, though each one should be practiced at least once. Devote 2 minutes or more to each practice period, thinking about the idea and the related comments after reading them over. Do this as often as possible during the day. As any one of the 5 ideas appeals to you more than the others, concentrate on that one. At the end of the day, however, make sure you review all of them one more time. It's not necessary to cover the comments that follow each idea either literally or thoroughly in the practice periods. Try rather to emphasize the central point. Think about it as part of your review of the idea to which it relates. After you've read the idea and the related comments, the exercises should be done with your eyes closed and when you are in a alone and in a quiet place. And so now, Lesson 60. Which is a review of lessons 46 through 50. The ideas for today's review. God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he has never condemned. The blameless cannot blame, and those who have accepted their innocence see nothing to forgive. Yet forgiveness is the means by which I will recognize my innocence. It is the reflection of God's love on earth. It will bring me near enough to heaven that the love of God can reach down to me and raise me up to him. God is the strength in which I trust. It is not my own strength through which I forgive. It is through the strength of God in me, which I am remembering as I forgive. As I begin to see, I recognize his reflection on earth, and I forgive all things because I feel the stirring of his strength in me, and I begin to remember the love I chose to forget, for which has not forgotten me. There is nothing to fear. How safe the world will look when I can see it. It will not look anything like I imagine it now. Everyone and everything I see will lean towards me to bless me. I will recognize in everyone my dearest friend. What could there be to fear in a world that I have forgiven and that has forgiven me? God's voice speaks to me all through the day. There is not a moment in which God's voice ceases to call on my forgiveness to save me. There is not a moment in which his voice fails to direct my thoughts, guides my actions, and lead my feet. I am walking steadily toward truth. There is nowhere else I can go because God's voice is the only voice and the only guide that has been given his Son. I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his Son is sinless. As I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his child. Wonderful review, great wrap-up of the first 50 lessons. I do feel the need to remind us that when we think of God's voice speaking to us through the day, we do need to be able to discern if it is our ego that is speaking to us. At this point, with 50 or so lessons under your belt, you should have a pretty good sense of when it is your ego that's kicking in. One great way that you can tell is if any thought is a thought that is not based in love. Any of those thoughts, you can tell that is not God speaking to you. That is your ego talking. And so have fun with this lesson, the review. I look forward to starting a fresh section again tomorrow. And in the meantime, if you need to reach out, you can find me at 907-351-3003. And otherwise, I will see you here tomorrow. Namaste.